Good night, good night, everyone. Welcome to Island Fans. We have a special show tonight, the Manchester City type show, where we're going to discuss the Manchester Derby, the upcoming Manchester Derby tomorrow. So I have here with me today, me, myself, Moy, and Monchi, aka Walk
Abo,
in the Park. How you doing, Monchi?
I'm going tomorrow. I see you waiting until tomorrow.
So how do you feel going in? So how do you feel going into the game tomorrow?
Honestly, there isn't really any feeling. It's not to say a big game to talk about. Not only in terms of like the title race or anything, but just like
Right, right.
just a regular team we're gonna play against.
So I was seeing that in like the last two games that we had at home against United, they had the better of us. They had the better of us recently when we were playing home. So I'm looking at us changing the difference here and coming up better, especially with the streak on the line. I don't think and seeing Pep going defensive like how we did in the first round. I think more than anything, the streak would be on his mind and the players. So I think we will go attacking. So what do you think about that? Attacking or defensive, man? Where we heading?
Like they always say, if something isn't broken, don't try to fix it. And as
True.
I said, like Manchester United is just like the City right now, just a regular eighth, ninth place club that's wanted a 3 points to get themselves on the map. So I don't think Pep would change his whole winning streak
Uh-huh.
philosophy team where he's deploying two defensive midfield just for Manchester United. I think he's just gonna play regular. The only thing, it might be a case where he won't want them to press so hard, being mindful of their counterattacks, but you just tell them like play it smart and attack when you know that like there's something gonna come
Mhm.
out of it. Just attack because like we can attack and we know we can always attack them.
Yeah, I even saw a tweet today that I saw we're not a really a Manchester derby. Cause it's like Manchester City with a title winning team and Manchester United at the moment in the championship. So it's like one of those games. It's like a big difference. It's a big difference. I mean, it's good to see. Manchester City has come a long way. We have been in the shadows for a long time. Now we're that noisy neighbors that making a lot of noise right now and causing trouble, with that oil
Mm-hmm.
money being spent very well, you know. But okay,
Exactly.
Manchi, what do you think? You think Zinchenko will get back in thing, or are we going with that same Cancelo, Kyle Walker type fullback role?
Um, Honestly, I would bring back in Zinchenko. One, his records as like I don't think he's lost
Yeah.
a game he's started in for the season. That's one. And two, with a team like Manchester United who will kill you on the attack and you make one mistake and like capitalize on those mistakes at the back. Like if they nick it from you like deep in your half, their attack is so fast like they can hurt you. And Walker right now he's very vulnerable in mistakes in terms of like his passes isn't that great like Cancelo and his awareness isn't that great. But Zinchenko can handle his own, not only with the pace and the physicality, but he can handle his own. And Cancelo has, to me, plays better at the right back than the left back. Not because he's right footed, but just that, like, I believe he feels more free. Like, he doesn't have to think about, or if I have to use my left foot or use my right foot in this situation, he knows he'll basically just be more
Mm-hmm.
dominant on his right foot rather than when he's playing left back. He has to wonder if cut inside on the left or go straight down and cross it. So
Yep.
I think Pep should bring back in Zinchenko and put Cancelo at right back.
But for me, looking at it also, the times when we started Cancelo and Kyle Walker both at the same time, I think those are games that we see like we have a little problem in there and we have been just signs of a little struggle because we're going forward too much and then there's not that one fullback there, that be cautious, like Zinchenko, no. He's not that much forward minded, And I think Cancelo strides better on the right back rather than being on the same side with Sterling. Because mostly two of them is trying to look to get in, to get down the flank and do what they have to do. And, both of them interchange also as we see. But for this one I'm seeing more, like a Zinchenko type, and Cancelo right there.
Yeah, and that's a good point to touch here because that's where I go again with Kyle Walker being vulnerable because
Um,
this season Pep Pep is playing away like when one compared to last season where both fullbacks will be up the pitch. Now this season you see like if one fullback is up the pitch, you see the next one tucking right in the middle, rather than he going up the pitch too as well. So like as you've been saying, like if Cancel goes up, Walker goes in the middle, he's not that good with his footwork and his passes more to say like Zinchenko. Zinchenko is like a
yeah.
midfield by trade. So Zinchenko is good on the ball. So when Cancelo make his runs now, Zinchenko easily goes in the middle and be that extra body in the middle. And again, that's a
But
good point where you touch with Cancelo and Sterling, like because Cancelo
yeah.
now when he plays on left back, he will always tend to come inside straight, cut inside, and cross with his right foot. And Sterling with that is that guy who would come inside too. So it's a little that not really balanced to me there per se.
Yeah. I was also reading in our upcoming news that this time we have all our teams fit. I mean everybody fit for the team, especially Ake, so we don't have anybody out to say that, that's good. We
Okay,
got
yeah,
more defensive structure there to come in. Because we also seen Ake can play at the left back. He can also play centre back. But me, preferably, I would put him to play the centre back instead of left back.
yeah, because that's I think it's only for Netherlands he more plays at a left back role in a kind of way.
Yep.
But at Bournemouth, he was their main man at centre back. So I think he's more comfortable at centre back,
Yeah, they were.
even
Uh,
rather than left back.
let's just go and see what the comments saying. Anybody in the comments there? Okay, so seems like it's not coming up as yet. So when it comes up, we'll just greet them as it comes. But let's
Let's
okay.
see.
There is it. Akani saying how y'all going to discuss the Manchester Derby, but not bring any United fans. And he's asking where is Memphis? This is the home ground of Manchester City. It's the Manchester City type show. You know, we don't
Yes,
need the other half there. We're saying
yes.
we're saying Montreal.
If he had tuned in early, you would have heard you said that from the start. This is a Manchester City
Yeah,
fans show. Like Arsenal did it yesterday.
yeah. They did last night. They had one last
Yeah,
night.
last night. How come no one asked for the Burnley fans?
I don't know. Maybe they're not that important. But we see Afri here, the Liverpool fan. He's on our side this time. You know,
Of
everybody. When
course.
it comes to playing Man U, nobody really likes United.
That's good enough because as I told them no, I have Liverpool making the top four. And with us beating them tomorrow, which I'm confident, they'll be stick on 51. All Liverpool has to do is just go and win their game. I think it's against Fulham or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and they'll be what, like 40, 46. I don't know if they how much points they have right now, but yeah, they'll creep up. They will creep up.
Okay, Shaki is saying, in your opinion, who is the biggest threat for United? Who do you say is the biggest threat, Munchie, coming into this game?
uh, it is gonna be between Cavani and Rashford. Cavani
Yeah,
with his movements and his pressuring, honestly, because he is a poacher and he has experience. He's a veteran in the game. So with
yeah,
his experience and his knowledge of the game as a striker, out and out number 9, it'll be a little tricky for Stones and Diaz at the back there, especially with those. If Manu plays a lot of crossing tomorrow,
yeah.
yeah, Stones and Diaz will have a little handful in hand with Cavani and Rashford with his pace. But as I say, if we start Cancelo at right back, it'll be okay because Cancelo is good at reading the game more than Walker. Walker would
Yeah.
only use his pace, but Cancelo uses his brain, his pace, and his defensive abilities. And I think he'll just nullify Rashford's threat.
Yeah, even if we're looking at the player like Cavani, when you look at Cavani and Antonio, because when I look at Antonio and we have been playing West Ham from since last season, he has caused us problems, you know. Always big being that strong physical defense that tends to cause the city defense problems. And if you do that,
Mm-hmm.
I think we could see a little problem there because with Diaz and Stones, you don't know whether they would stand off a little, Or we just have to hope we see the John Diaz partnership, the strong one, and we don't concede anything going into this game because a clean sheet would be very good for us to see in this game. And I think it's about time that we get back on that clean sheet roll and
Yeah,
show
we
our defensive side.
yeah our last 2 games we weren't keeping those clean sheets, which I don't mind because 3 points is more important, but a clean sheet
Yeah.
is a bonus,
We seeing we
and
seeing
especially for Anderson.
yeah. We seeing after he agreeing with what you said about Rashford and his speed. I really think that the speed will cause problems. That's why I'm second guessing also if we actually go along with the Cancelo and Kyle Walker fullback partnership right here. It's for that pace plus Kyle Walker's experience and his experience for the Manchester Derby that he has been in so far.
Um, I can't remember, but looking back on the League Cup champ we had versus them, I think it was who played the fullbacks, the fullbacks roles.
I think it was Walker and Zinchenko. No, I think Zinchenko. No, I think Walker managed to get into that. Think he did.
Hmm. And we won that game 2-0. It was
Yeah, yeah, we
fairly
did.
comfortable, and there wasn't really any big threat from Rashford because, like, as you know, City, we keep possession of the ball a lot, and once you're in our defensive third, we pressure you and we force you back and we make you make mistakes. So that I'm saying, tomorrow it'll just be about like how City use the ball when they have it and how they nullify those attacks from Manchester United, especially with those long balls, because that's what they're gonna
Yeah.
feed off a lot.
Yep. Okay, we seen Josh here asking after Haaland's performance today, does he start over Jesus and Aguero if you buy him, or a switch to a two striker? You saw the Dortmund and the Bayern Munich game with Haaland's performance
Uh,
today.
I didn't watch the game, but I was following it on FootMob, and
Yeah.
I saw he scored twice. And to answer Josh's question,
Uh huh.
uh, yeah, like Aguero right now is getting up in his age, and Jesus, I believe, with Haaland's presence, he would get that more urge to be more clinical because he knows like, hey, this guy is 20, like he's actually going to be the future. I believe
Yep.
Jesus is just being laid back and lackadaisical because he knows like Aguero days is soon over and I'm the only other out and out striker here, so I can, afford to like do little mess ups here and there. But with Haaland's presence now, he would be like, yeah, I gotta step up my game. Plus, Haaland can even
Mhm.
give him a little pointer and two in terms of finishing because Haaland can finish. And
Yep.
even in the West Ham game, like Jesus missed some chances that like if that would have been Aguero, the net would be pushing back by
All day.
now.
Yep. But looking at this too, I also agree that oh, I also agree because when you see the summer transfer budget that players that we link with between Messi and Erling Haaland, for me personally, I know it might sound weird, but I don't think Man City needs Messi in the team. You know, it
No, no.
it it's a kind of thing that if you get Messi, you will take him. If you have no choice, you will take him because it's Messi. But for me personally, I don't see him. I don't see that we need him at Manchester City. If he come, or we'll have the likes of Bernardo Silva, Mahrez. They're going to stifle. But I see that we need Haaland more, especially when we even with Haaland has the speed, he has the aerial ability, he can finish. So I mean, we can switch it up anytime. We have seen that we're trying to put in a number of crosses with Gabriel Jesus on there. So I mean, with Haaland there, it just adds an extra thing. So I don't think that two striking there. I think I've seen Gabriel Jesus as he's a good striker, but I think his growth has been stunted from since he came to Man City at the first. And I think for me, he should have got like a loan out, but it couldn't happen because there was only two strike, Aguero and Gabriel. So I understand seeing that there. Okay, so Shaq asks in here, what's Gabriel's ceiling? How good can he be? Let me just start out here. I think Gabriel Jesus, I see Gabriel Jesus switching to like a wing player, that out and out wing player that he can cause trouble because let's look back to our Real Madrid game when Pep forced him out wide and he had that epic work rate up and down and he's just there causing trouble. I see him in order for him to have a revived career at Manchester City. I think he should try to push that wing role. What do you think, Monchi?
Yeah, to try catch back his form, yeah, because like he playing out wide, he looks more effective that way, and he loves to drop deep for the ball.
Yeah,
And even when he's playing strike, like you would see him way back by our center circle, linking up the players and everything. But that's just one aspect of it. But we need that like that killer instinct from him. He
yeah, we
if
do.
it's one thing, he knows how to find the space and get in those areas. But is the
Indeed.
final, yeah, the final nail on the head. He's kind of been lacking it.
Yeah. I just hear Akani saying here, Akani says that he doesn't think Jesus gets any better than he is right now. I mean, it's a tough one to throw. Well, he said he shouldn't say much. I mean, I love Gabriel Jesus. His work in my opinion, he has a similar, when he's playing for City, he has a similar role to Firmino. You know, Two of them likes to drop to the midfield, and especially Gabriel Jesus, he loves the ball. He loves it. But looking at him as a Brazilian type player, I don't think that, we get enough out of him because, he has this skill. When he gets the ball, he should pick stop, drive at them. And I think he should learn more a little from Aguero with those near post runs to make himself even more clinical and show that he deserves a starting spot there week in and week out.
Yeah, but going to his benefit now to his advantage, his numbers at City isn't that bad too. If you look at
Yeah,
it,
that's
it's
that's
just
true.
the only reason like we're kind of bashing him and like not really watching his numbers, which are pretty good, is because
Yeah,
in things that he's supposed to score, goals that he's supposed to score, he's not been doing it. And like when that happens, instantly all City fans who are neutral fans were saying, "Oh, if that was Aguero, if that was Aguero," he do he his he do not want to be in that position where every
yeah,
time he does something wrong, they class in him with Aguero.
that's true.
And I
I
think
agree.
that's what's hurting him right now. But other than that, Pep loves him because in the past week you've been here, Pep been praising him because Pep loves his work rate as a
Yeah, it's
striker,
worth it.
loves his
Yeah,
work rate, and he gets assists too. So that's why Pep's love him. Pep loves him because Pep say
yep,
he's unselfish. Like he sacrifices his goals for the
yeah,
team and give the assist. But at the end of the day, when you have so much world class midfielders behind you, you don't really need to be that person or play that role. You need to be the one who makes those world class midfielders
yep.
look good and play good. And that's by finishing the chances they create for you. And that's the edge Aguero has over him right now. But he's still young. So
That's true. So Josh here asking who starts Firmino or Jesus. I know as a Man City fans, me and you, I think this is a pretty easy choice for us. Is it for you also?
yeah, because even in the national setup, is Gabriel led the line to help Brazil win the first Olympic gold medal in their country,
Yeah.
in their history. So it's like I don't know.
This this is for this is the own goal scenario. Does Maguire score an own goal in this game? Can Man City do it again and let another team score an own goal? Will that be a starting streak for us? When you say a Maguire header, good header, own goal, looking likely.
I don't think we're going to do much crosses tomorrow per se. I believe we're going to have those intricate passes and movements tomorrow. So the crosses won't be that like high crosses per se. But the low crosses I know
Yep.
is going to be a lot. So maybe yeah, Maguire can position himself in an awkward way, trying to cut out a pass. One of the crosses hits off his knee and sticks the gear if the gear is starting. I don't know if it's him or Henderson, but yeah, it's possible that he can score an own goal.
We would love to see a Maguire own goal, especially, against us. So on the Monday show of Island fans, we can have the good troll at Josh because he loves, the Maguire in campaign, you know. But
Yeah.
honestly, you know, we the troll is always good. The troll is always good, especially in a Manchester derby. We're always looking for the bragging rights. This is bragging rights up for takes. We're looking at it. United going to need a point to secure that second place. City have the streak at hand. Going back to United, they're going to look to end the streak, and they want that props. And City fans, City players don't want that to have the edge over them. So I think we're going into this game pretty confident. Um,
Yeah.
Munchie, okay, let's get into your starting lineup. I remember that I saw that you sent me both two of them. You sent me a throw lineup and your your real lineup is to face the
Predicted
to face
lineup.
the one. Which
Mhm.
which one you want to have a crack at first? The troll one or your real one?
Let's go with the troll one. Let's go with the troll one.
Okay. Let's,
Put it up for the fans to see.
let's let's go with the troll lineup. So this is a team that can destroy Manchester United. We have Mendy up top, Cancelo up top. Munchie, talk about this one. Talk about the trolling lineup.
Like, come on, like Mendy. Mendy has a very powerful left foot. Like he can hit them. So all we have
Right.
to do is just give him the ball and say, just crack it at them. Cancelo would play the little 1-2 knickknacks, and he can use both feet. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
easy for him, and he has a lot of movements, even as a winger, like, so it can cause problem up there. Zinchenko on the left side, uh, that's basically a nice position for him. Like, I think even no, he plays calm for Ukraine, but still he
Yeah,
can
he
he
does.
can play
Big
out
ball.
wide.
Mm-hmm.
Fernandinho, Fernandinho is Fernandinho, so that's okay. John Stones, I think Pellegrini, no, even Pep. I think Pep even played John Stones at defensive
Yeah.
midfield
Yeah, they
already.
played. Yeah, there was a game he played there. I remember that one.
Yeah, so that's easy for him, and John Stones would boss up middle, push down Vaughan when he trying to do anything.
Like he did a
Walker,
Aubameyang and did.
oh my, Walker on the right side, oh, problem for Luke Shaw. Up and down, just bulldozing his way up, knowing that he has the young Eric Garcia behind him. And Garcia will
Yep.
stay because Garcia has no kind of attacking prowess in him.
Oh yeah.
So behind is sure, like, so Walker has that free roll where he can just continue eat up the line,
Bump
eat it
forward.
up. Yeah. And then you have the two center backs. That's actually good and reasonable because Ake, he played against Manchester United all the time when he was at Bournemouth.
Yep.
And yeah, Laporte at left back, he played there a couple of times this season already. And he'll give you a firm defensive performance. But Edison in goal, I would start my second keep for this game. West Edison for Southampton game.
You sure you're not?
That's
You
the
sure you
whole.
wouldn't? We want to put the another defender in the goal just for that for the troll.
No. We
We
got
see
we,
Shaq.
we got to give Stefan a taste of his first Manchester Derby.
Yep. We see Shaq say, "Yo, this man wild no what troops." That's that was a troll lineup. So let's get in. Let's get into the real lineup now. The lineup that you have to face Manchester United tomorrow. Where we starting? Your goalkeeper. We goalkeeper in it. Just give me a rundown of it.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Edison in the goal,
The first, right?
Zinchenko at left back, and you don't know John Diaz, and you
Yep.
have Cancelo at right back. Um, I've seen some City fans saying they would rather start Fernandinho instead of Rodri for this game because Fernandinho has experience in Manchester derbies and he's
That's
more
true.
versatile and everything. But for me personally, I'll go with Rodri because Rodri this season been exceptional, and he's actually like played as a third centre back at times when the team
Yep.
is attacking, and his physical presence with because of he's tall and strong, that
Yep.
to me give him an edge over Fernandinho. And Fernandinho gets some yellow cards here and there because he's constant tackling. Rodri like sits and let the play
Mm-hmm.
come to him. Fernandinho would like rush out and try to stop the play before it happens. And that can
Yep.
cause one or two fouls, leading to early yellow card. Because the derby builds up when the referee sees a rash challenge early. He's gonna try to put his stamp on the game and issue a first yellow card, and that might,
Agree.
So I'll start with Rodri in the defensive midfield. Goal again. He needs to come. It's been a
Back in
while.
the
He
team.
hasn't, yeah, been on that score sheet. So I'm gonna start him. It was difficult between him and Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva right now for that guy
Bernardo,
like stepped up
Bernardo
five,
Silva
six
works with you
years.
don't get him into the team.
Oh my! But as I'm saying, the reason I chose Gundogan over Bernardo is Gundogan is a very, very, very good ball retention. Like he know how to
That's true.
contain the ball, keep possession. More than Bernard. Bernardo say would get it, and he would easily just start run at the team. But Gundogan now, he knows how to slow it down, speed it up, get
Yep.
into space, find those little pockets. So that's why I'd go with Gundogan and Rodri. And of course, the best midfielder, Kevin De Bruyne, right next side of him.
Without a doubt.
On the left, M1 Stinger. In other words, Raheem Sterling. On the right side, I'd go with Mahrez. He's been in
Mm,
good form. I'd rest
yes.
Foden. Foden not gonna need for this kind of game. You know, we have bigger fish to fry. But not only that, when Mahrez is like causing trouble with his twists and turns and his trickery, we can easily bring on Foden because Foden is gonna come out with a lot of energy. That's one thing I like about
That's
Foden.
true.
When he comes on, he's gonna bring that energy. He's not gonna come on and let me just pass it here and move into space. No. Foden will get it and run at you with run, do his defensive work, run back, track back, put in a little tackle here and there. So, but I'll go with Mahrez because Mahrez been really in real good form recently. And
That's true.
up front, I'll start Gabriel Jesus. People would say, I see some fans saying, like in my city group there, they're saying like they would start Aguero because it's a Manchester derby and wherever. No, I think start Jesus today and then start Aguero versus Southampton. Give
Mm,
Aguero a little 10, 15 minutes tomorrow, but start him against Southampton. But with Gabby's 2 goal versus Wolves, and you're going to drop him to
yeah.
the bench, that's going to kind of kill his confidence to me.
Content.
So that's my predicted lineup for tomorrow.
Before you get back into anything about your potential lineup, we see that Lucrecio Weeks saying here that we're going to get a surprise. I find this one hard to believe. We're that much confident heading into this one. It's our neighbors. We all know how that go.
Yeah, maybe surprise in our favor. Like we might break that 10-goal barrier that's been set. You never know. Maybe it's a surprise in our favor, right, Moy? So I don't
Yep,
know which
indeed.
surprise he's talking.
Okay, so I'm going to go and get into my lineup for that.
Mhm.
You think the potential lineup to face United tomorrow? I think we agreed with the same goalkeeper and the entire backline with Zinchenko, John Diaz, and Cancelo at the back. Same midfield with, De Bruyne, Rodri, and Goodwan. Especially in this game, I think Rodri has to be one of the most important players in this game. I say this every time because from one mistake that I saw when we played Tottenham in the first round that caused us to lose and Son and Harry Kane, beat us on a counter attack that was everyone was pushing forward and then there wasn't a Rodri there to hold. Like when Zinchenko goes up and Cancelo goes up, there wasn't a Rodri there to drop, you know.
Mhm.
And I think Rodri has been exceptional in the last couple of games. I mean, he had a little shaky one right there against Wolves in our last game, but I think on a whole he has been very good. So I think he bet right in there to be in charge of the little dirty work. He's not the Fernandinho type, as you said,
Mhm.
to rush in here and there, but he plays it smart and makes a challenge when
Yep.
he needs and give the clinical, tactical fouls, as everyone says, when it's needed.
Yeah.
And I think, the creativity will be needed from KDB. We see what he can do, even self on an off day. He always pops up with that one magical assist that needs to change the game. So there's absolutely has to be KDB. Because, of course, he's going to be the one to captain the team going into this
Yep.
game. And then Goodwan. I think at the moment Goodwan is like our David Silva of the team. He adds a little slow build up to the play, as you said before also. You know, takes the ball, drive, and we see that he thrives on the Pep too. He's making those unmarked runs in the box. No one picks up,
Yeah, yeah,
especially
yeah,
when De Bruyne they plays a little one-two, and then De Bruyne slides it to either Sterling or whoever is on the other wing, and they cut it back to good one to make that late run. Um, for the up front, of course, I think Sterling is going to start here. I think he's one of Pep Guardiola's favorite player that that we see since he signed for City. I think Sterling's work rate also will be good. And what would I love to see from Sterling again this game? I would like to see him running at the players, because when we see Sterling running at the players and getting in on that right foot, we know he will be a danger for a lot of fullbacks.
yeah.
But this one, I see Foden coming into this game. I see that it's the next big game, and I think as City fans, we're gonna want to see Foden striving, and we know he's not afraid to back down in the big opportunities. Yes, we have seen Mahrez in a good form, but we know how Pep goes, and it's always a spring of surprise. So I think Foden will get
Yeah.
his opportunity into this one. And this one between Aguero and Gabriel Jesus, that one was trickery. I went with Aguero because it's the Manchester Derby, and we're looking for that little experience at the top that we have been.
Hmm.
I see him coming in and also like a little confidence booster, especially if he manages to get into the game and score. I think it will be a huge confidence booster. Finally getting the game, scoring in that Manchester Derby again. So that's the side I went with. You know, any thoughts on that
Um,
one?
yeah, I see in a post where they say like we better mind Pep don't bring out the false nine tomorrow because
You saw that.
I think in the League Cup we played a false nine and we literally dominated that game. Like our movements were too much for Manchester United's defense. So
Uh,
if that's what I'm saying, like Pep this season is using his front three interchangeably, right? So that's why
yep.
I actually went with Gabriel instead of Aguero because, as I say, his work rate
Yeah,
and
that's true.
his ability to kind of play wide, and like if he goes on the left, Sterling simply just slots in his position, and you can't have that with Aguero. Aguero can't really play on the left, so that's why I kind of went with Gabriel because of I'm trying to think like Pep, like how he's been playing so far this season. But as we say, we never know how Pep does it.
That's true. That's
That's
true. We're seeing
that's
Chicago
a
Carty
selection
here.
headache
Good
he
night.
has.
Good night. Good night. Welcome to Island
Right?
fans. We also see Steph here saying Rashford with the winner. You know, and Shaq here saying one Basaka for shut down M1 Stinger. I don't know where all this hate is coming from with our team. They don't like to see the City faithful shine. They don't
You
want to
know.
see the citizen coming out and do what they have to do.
But what I gotta tell Shaq, like even if he does lock down M1 Stinger, that does give Manchester United 3 points or a goal. So
Yep.
they can win in that department whole season. I don't care. But what happens to the centre back and the left back? Although Luke Shaw been really good this season, but those centre backs, Wan Bissaka better can play right back, right centre back, and left centre back for that game.
Mm.
Because it's not only
Trouble.
M1 thing he has to shut down.
I was just shocked asking here, what do you think it will take for City to not be called the noisy neighbors? I think he's looking at the perspective of us in case we lose this game and to see our reaction to it. What do you say?
Mm, the noisy neighbors came about, and I think that nickname should be gone by now because the noisy neighbors came into play when we first won the league in 2012. That's where
Yep.
that nickname emerged. But from 2012 to now, we place our stamp in the league that like we're no longer in Manchester United shadows. We're no longer being the second best team in Manchester, as they say
Yep.
domestically. So that noisy neighbors nickname is not really for us right now because if you look at it, Manchester United is the noisy neighbors. Because like
At the moment, yep.
the last time they finished above us was the last time they won the league. And that says a lot. That's in
Yep.
2013. That says a
And they haven't
lot.
won it again since, really.
Yeah. So like if you're looking at it now, who is really the noisy neighbors?
We see we see Memphis coming in here and say, wait, what go on here? Hello, well. Yes, finally come to say something. Okay. Well, look at Shaq here again saying what a thing it would be if United stop your run. Y'all can't come on Monday. You see, they're keen on targeting us every single time. You know,
Yeah, like
but we're still awaiting some of the clips that they still have to post for us. We're still awaiting it. They only want to see the negative in the Manchester City.
hmm um, I'm not being boastful or anything, but like I really can't see this Manchester United like getting the win tomorrow. If they do get the win, it had to be a 90th minute win. It won't be a win where they're leading and we're trying to get an equalizer throughout the game. No, I can't really see it. And I
Yeah.
don't know if that's what I'm saying. I don't know if De Gea is fit for tomorrow because
No, no,
I see
no. I think they said that he had some kind of personal problem, so he had to leave for a while. So I think it looks like Henderson will be the one to go in the goal.
oh okay. And there were those with Marshall and all.
I don't, I don't know about that one. I would have to see. I am
Yeah.
sorry about that.
So that's what I'm saying. So
Oh,
and they're
yeah,
missing Paul
they had,
Pogba.
they had a baby. That's why. So he's going to going to look about that one.
Uh, so that's what I'm saying. Pep announced that the whole Manchester team is fit.
Yeah,
So we basically have the full cannons coming at Manchester United tomorrow, where they have to do their little tweakings here and there, trying to figure out who's gonna start. Well, basically we all know who's gonna start, but like coming off the bench, they wish they could have those fair power like us for tomorrow coming off the bench.
that's true. Monchi, let me see something here. Who were the City players you chose for your fantasy team? I hope Pep won't be having your mouth wide open when he decides to spring some magic.
Ah,
And
my friend, I I always pick Diaz because to me I see Pep usually rest Stones and
yeah.
always keep Diaz. So I have Diaz and Gundogan. Good
Mm,
Diaz, Gundogan, and Edison as my three City players. I had De Bruyne, but when he got that injury, I sold him and brought in Son. Yeah, but I
mm.
don't think I'm bringing back De Bruyne in the team for now. I'm sticking with those three City players for now.
Because that's the same thing I'm talking about. I think that the right side for Man City, that's still a little skeptical for everyone because you're looking at the likes of Mahrez, Foden. You still have Bernardo Silva to
That the
come in from that
Silva.
side. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and you can say Ferran Torres has a shout. Ferran Torres has been our go-to Champions League person, but we saw him get a start the other day. But this one, I think this one is too big for him.
No, no, he's
So
not.
I don't think.
If he starts, Pep really played mind games with the whole world because
Yeah,
I didn't even had him to actually even as a potential starter.
Yeah, that's true. But
So
looking at Ferran Torres also, he has been a very bright spark for us, you know. But we seen Shakir again in the comments saying all this talk. Me want to hear what y'all think the score could be. You know,
from the last show, I
as we
already
said,
said 5-0.
exactly. Just sticking with that 5-0.
Yeah, from the show we had on Thursday, I'd give my prediction 5-0.
I'm I'm also confident. You know, I'm going to give Man City a 3-0 victory. You know, I'm going into this game very confident. I have no doubts that we're gonna lose this game. If anything happens, the least I would see is a draw. You know, but I'm very confident in us going out and win this game 3-0. Because we're going to see the normal tactics from Ole, you know, sitting back and trying to beat us on the counter. That's the only other problem I see City having to face on those counter with Rashford. And we see Daniel James also getting gains. You know, his space could also cause trouble. You know, but other than that, I don't think he's a factor, you know, to factor in that, you know, we'll be afraid of him, you know. But as he said, as he pointed out earlier, the Rashford and the Cavani, those could be the two big problems to us. But a clear 3-0 victory. You won't, let's not say dominant, you know, because it might be a little, you know, let's say 60-40, and then they will come on the show Monday and say, oh, that wasn't that, you know.
Yeah. Hashtag Mr. Agenda.
Yep, agenda. But let's hope we don't get any handball scenarios that doesn't go against us because we have seen how that been going for the past week. You know, so it's gonna
Oh
hope
my
it's a
God.
nice fun game, you know. We see Steph here in the comments saying us United fans are ready to break the noisy neighbors record. Yeah, yes, the United fans are gonna want to, you know, as I said, have that bragging right to say that they're the ones that stopped the record, you know.
But that's what I'm saying, Moy. That
Yeah.
comment clearly speaks for itself. He said, us United fans, the
Mm.
fans are going to break the record. That's the fans say. But it's the players who are playing tomorrow. So let's see if the fans and the players are actually on the same wavelength tomorrow.
You know, we can look to get Rashford and Maguire cursing at each other again, get a little frustration going for them, and turn off their game even more, you know.
As long as Maguire is fit, I have no problem whatsoever in terms of tomorrow.
That's
As
true,
long as
that's
I
true,
see
that's
him
true.
in my lineup in that lineup tomorrow, I'm confident, real confident.
So that's how I think it is. I'm pretty confident. We got our lineup straightforward, you know. Anything else you have to say before we end the show?
Oh, yeah. I just want to say like Pep Pep should start utilizing subs more.
Yeah,
I know like certain games you don't really need all three subs, but you can tell me like you're playing a 90-minute football game and you only make one sub, and that's in the
that's true.
87th minute. Like, and then you were one of them who were saying, "Oh, the Premier League is bad because they don't introduce a five sub rules." But like, you have three and you're only using one, so why you want the five sub? So Pep should
Yep,
start using up those three subs. Although, even though our team is big, our squad depth is big, but still, give a player a little 10 minutes run out with the 5 minutes because most of these games are actually winning, right? So
yep,
bringing on a player not gonna shift the momentum of the team during that game. He's just gonna try. Matter of fact, he's gonna come on and try to prove himself that hey, I deserve a little start next game. But if you're
yep.
not giving him a chance and you just have him on the bench, no, that's not good. But one player I don't think he should bring on at all is Mendy. you just keep Mendy on the bench. Yeah, just keep him on the bench.
Really? Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that fact with Pep not using the subs. I have always been questioning it. Why you going saying that you need the five subs, but we're not utilizing them at all? You know, we have seen games where we need, we're crying for him to make that early sub for that game to change, But I guess he could be put into perspectives as to say he knows what he's doing. He's waiting for that specific time, change the game. But it could be put in all kind of ways. And
Hmm.
I think now Mendy, oh my, I think it's just time City needs to sell
We
Mendy,
call
but
it
I
a
don't know who's
loss.
taking Mendy at this. I don't know who's taking
Yeah,
him at
we
this
call it a
time.
loss. Because
Yeah,
look at it. We have a right back who's actually playing left back, and Mendy's on the
yep,
bench. We have Zinchenko, we have Laporte, and we have Ake. All these guys who are
yep.
actually literally in front of Mendy right now. So he's basically fifth choice left back. So that's what I'm saying. We can just cut the loss and just. But as you say, who's gonna take him?
Yeah, I think I think we just have to get away with Mendy at the moment. He has been too injury prone, and every time we think he gets injured. I'm not going to stay here and give him all the bad criticism. He has done good for City when he does play, but we see him coming back from injury every time. Pep's giving him the start. He gets down there, very attack minded. We know how those crosses go from Mendy, but
Hmm.
defensive wise, it's a lot of worry. From the penalty that we
Yeah,
see being given away, that he gave away this season against Leicester, dating back to
Leicester.
last
Oh
season.
my.
Yeah, dating back again to last season where we played the Wolves and he was shooting out the ball and then Adama just came. I mean,
And Nick Lewis,
defensive wise,
yeah,
he
like
has been
yeah,
poor.
he would thrive in a team that plays wing back, like in a three
Yeah,
five two formation.
so
Yeah,
you
so like a team
get
like
more forward press.
Chelsea or Inter Milan or whatever, but in a four back where he has to actually hold his own and attack
Yeah.
when it's necessary, he's gonna struggle with that.
Josh is saying here, Tevez left United for City controversially. Who in the current team could you see doing that? Who comes to mind, Monchi? I'm trying to think of this one to see, who could have the potential switch, if that was to happen.
Like leave from Manchester United and come to City.
No, leave from City and go to United. Let,
Like
let's do it that way. Let's do it the City way to the
yeah,
United
yeah,
way.
yeah. Because there's no way. um, um, wow.
Oh no.
We were just calling his name. Like we can show Mendy over there.
But I don't even see Mendy getting in front of Luke Shaw, by the way. I don't see it.
That's what I'm saying. So Mendy's actually like our little castaway because every other player at Man City right now is kind of the moral is above average, except for Mendy. Mendy's only playing cup games,
Yeah.
and right now we're at the critical stage of the cup games. We're playing Everton in the FA Cup. So you believe Pep would kind of trust Mendy in that FA Cup against Everton?
Yep.
No, I'm asking you. You think Pep would trust Mendy versus Everton?
I don't think so, but it's sooner rather or later that I think he should get a chance. You know,
Maybe he might he
I think
might he might start in the Champions League second leg. That's the only way I see he can actually get a start. Because that FA Cup game is a once you lose, you're gone. And
yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
think Pep
That's true.
wanna risk that. But the Mönchengladbach game, we're already up 2-0. And even though he does make a mistake or per se, we still have that little goal advantage plus the away goals. So he the FA Cup, the Champions League game, he's more likely to get a start. get a start. But not only that, Ake is back, so Pep maybe wanna try give Ake some minutes.
Yep.
So I'm saying Mendy is like basically fifth choice right now.
He's way behind there. But looking at the question, I still don't know who is he going from City to United. You know, let's put into perspective that United does come around and they're title challengers going for every cup. You know, let's say City and United are going back and forth. You know, but
Mhm.
I mean, it's hard to see which players. I mean, I don't think Fernandinho is going to be in there. Fernandinho, Aguero, De Bruyne, Foden. I don't think those four players are in contention for that. I
Or
was thinking
Edison.
maybe, yeah, or Edison. I was thinking maybe I would put Ed slightly to maybe a Ferran Torres as probably as he grows in in stature and quality. Maybe
Mhm.
if United still doesn't have that right midfield spot, player that they have been lacking, I think he could be one to potentially do that switch
Yeah,
for me. It
yeah,
looks like
yeah, I
that for me.
understand.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a good pick. For real, that's a good pick. Because Manchester United do been lacking that right-sided player who actually, as they say, has a brain. Because they're saying like Daniel James doesn't have a brain; he just has legs. And
let's
Ferran
give
Torres,
Daniel the James and let him run.
yeah, and Ferran Torres has his trickery, his quick
Yeah,
feet, his close control, and everything. And yeah, as I say, growing structure. He more like he looks like the player that potentially can make that switch or would make that switch.
since you already do the City one, let's just throw in the United one quick, and then that'll be the last thing we do for the night. So, which United player you see jumping ship, or which
Um,
United player you would like at City?
only Bruno I see jumping ship. I mean, it's only Bruno I would take. Nobody
Yeah,
else. Nobody else. Because Bruno, I think LNC Bruno say he want to win trophies, not individual awards, something like that. I have the picture, I
yeah,
have the post on my phone. So time to time, I believe if we're doing it realistic like that, time to time he's gonna think like, oh, I'm here. My next door neighbors, they're just winning cups, and I'm just winning play of the months. Like I want
yeah.
cups too. So maybe he might have that thinking in his head and say, hey, let me talk to my agent, see what they can work with me over at Manchester City. And
I
everybody
agree.
wants to see
I
a De
agree.
Bruyne and Bruno midfield.
The dream. Yeah, that's how I see it going. But thanks Munchie for being on the show tonight. It was a great show. Talking about the Man City perspective, how we think things are gonna go, our potential lineups, who we think gonna jump ship, be traitors. So it's just a thing for us to go in, hope for the good results tomorrow, and hope that we're coming out smiling and being joyful and keep that win streak going. So any
Yeah,
last
no
words
problem,
for
man.
viewers?
Yeah, tune in tomorrow, 11:30 my time, 12:30 your time, and see a masterclass from the Pep-led Manchester Shark team, and that will continue push forward on those consecutive wins and be 17 points clear of our neighbors.
Yep. So that's all for us tonight from the City fans. Good night from the Island fans crew. Hope everyone have a good night. See y'all later.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.